Alright, I already know why you clicked on this video. You want a clipping solution that doesn't tank your FPS, doesn't cost an arm and a leg, is easy to use, and actually spits out reliable clips most of the time. You've probably tried the usual suspects like Outplay, Overwolf, ShadowPlay, or the Xbox Game Bar, maybe even the AMD helper software or whatever else is out there. Some of those tools are fine, sure, but they either consistently hog system resources, get shaky with their overlays, or they just don't give you the workflow flexibility you actually need. The thing I'm showing you today is not another standard recorder, because this is Vizard. And no, I'm not claiming it's absolutely perfect in every single corner case, but for turning long streams into ready-to-post clips and distributing them across all your socials, it's the one workflow answer I keep coming back to. So I'm going to hop right into my actual workflow and show you exactly how I use Vizard as my lightweight, zero-hassle clipping engine. This is the setup I use to generate consistent, high-quality short clips from hours of long content, without me having to constantly babysit the entire process. Let's get into the mechanics of how this actually works, starting with the biggest advantage. First, the massive selling point. Vizard runs entirely in the cloud. That means absolutely nothing needs to be installed locally, zero driver conflicts to worry about, and no stealing valuable CPU or GPU cycles while you are deep in a game. If you're the type of creator who constantly worries about OBS or NVIDIA ShadowPlay interfering with your core gameplay experience, that stress is completely gone now. Vizard analyzes your long session uploads remotely, intelligently finds the absolute highlight moments using its AI, and then spits out clips with suggested initial edits. For me personally, that consistency in finding the good stuff sits reliably at around 90 to 95%. Sometimes even pushing 99% if the initial stream was particularly clean. But the absolute best part is you never have to mess with confusing hybrid containers, corrupt MP4 files, or dealing with multiple audio tracks locally on your hard drive. But let me slow down for a second and walk you through the exact repeatable steps I use, starting from the moment you upload until the clip is auto-posted. Think of this like this. One long raw session goes in and a bunch of short viral-ready clips come out, all managed seamlessly from one centralized place. Step 1 is simply getting your long video file into Vizard's system. I record my sessions the same way I always have, whether that's using local OBS, my capture card setup, or even pulling from cloud recordings I already have stored. Vizard is super flexible and accepts all your raw uploads, MP4, MKV, MOV, whatever format you usually prefer to keep your masters in. If you are the type who absolutely needs to keep a portable local copy of your recordings, that's perfectly fine. Just upload a copy and keep the masters safely on your external drive. The initial upload process is fast enough, and crucially remember, no local processing means your machine stays 100% focused on running the game smoothly. Step 2 involves setting up your project configurations inside the platform. Once your video is processed, you create that new project and immediately select your platform targets. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, or even Twitter Live Threads if that's where your audience lives. Vizard automatically gives you the correct template aspect ratios and handles auto-framing, so you never have to manually crop or guess for vertical video. You can easily set your desired clip length range. I usually aim for 15 to 45 seconds for general short form, or sometimes a full 60 seconds if a moment was particularly juicy. The user interface also lets you choose from various style presets like jump cuts, reaction-focused edits, highlight reels, or even cinematic pacing, saving you tons of time on styling. Now here is where Vizard truly separates itself from most local recording solutions, the auto-editing viral clips feature. Instead of manually scrubbing through hours of footage to find that one highlight, the AI automatically detects peaks like high energy moments, funny lines, or huge in-game plays and extracts multiple candidate clips. You can preview all these candidate clips in just a matter of seconds, which is incredible efficiency. For instance, if I had a 3-hour gameplay session and only wanted 10 potential clips, Vizard surfaces the top 10 best moments and offers quick edit suggestions for each one automatically. It will auto-detect your face cam, intelligently zoom in on your reaction for emphasis, clean up dead air or silence, and even normalize the overall audio levels across the board. That level of intelligent editing is something you simply won't get from standard Overwolf captures or basic ShadowPlay functionality. They record, but they definitely don't intelligently pick the 3 best viral segments for you. Audio control is another major reason I have completely switched to this modern workflow. Remember how I used to fuss endlessly with 3 separate audio tracks in OBS, game audio, my voice mic, and Discord chat, just so I could mute someone talking nonsense in the background on one clip? With Vizard, the AI intelligently separates and prioritizes various audio cues, and you can easily mute specific components right there inside the editor. So if background chatter ruins an otherwise perfect moment, you can dial down just the chat audio and boost your mic or game sounds for that specific clip without having to re-render the entire master file again. It's not quite magic, but it is incredibly close, and I promise you it saves more tangible time than you can possibly realize at first glance. Here's a pro tip for squeezing even more out of the AI. Give Vizard a little bit of context when you upload your file. If the session you uploaded is specifically a montage, I tag it as such, and if it's clearly a tutorial, I toggle the learning preset for better focus. Those small metadata hints actually help the AI favor different types of clips, more reaction shots for pure entertainment, or more step-by-step segments for educational videos. Now let's have a quick talk about reliability and the final output formats you get from the system. I know some people will always swear by OBS because it's free and it keeps everything local, and I completely understand that reasoning. OBS is fantastic for initial recording and certain specialized live setups, that much is true. But when it comes to turning those hours of footage into dozens of polished, platform-ready clips and then actually getting them scheduled out automatically, OBS requires heavy manual intervention or a whole suite of other third-party tools. Other tools like Overwolf or Outplay certainly try to automate some of that heavy lifting. but they often require you to download something or they have annoying locks on certain key features. Vizard simply handles the entire chain: the AI edit discovery, the batch export, and the final scheduling, all integrated. Which brings me to perhaps the most satisfying feature: the auto schedule and content calendar functionality. This is the part that truly quiets the daily grind of content maintenance for creators. Once you have approved a batch of clips, you can set a specific posting frequency, like 3 clips every single week, without fail. Vizard's auto schedule will then intelligently place those clips onto your selected platforms based on the cadence you chose. It maintains a content calendar where you can easily drag and drop clips around, quickly revise captions, add relevant hashtags, and preview exactly how your feed will look. That single pane of glass scheduling experience is precisely why I finally stopped juggling separate spreadsheets and relying on third-party external scheduler apps. Let's run through a concrete workflow example. I upload a 2-hour stream right after I finish. Vizard instantly generates about 20 suggested clips based on the best moments detected by the AI. I then quickly skim those 20, make minor tweaks, a slight crop, a quick trim, muting that one background person, and then I just hit the main schedule button. Vizard then automatically places those 3 chosen clips onto my calendar, say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and handles all the platform specifics. It will auto-add my standard captions or let me manually refine them, and then it auto-publishes based on each platform's strict requirements like subtitle burn-in or vertical aspect ratio compliance. Once you set up the initial parameters, the entire process becomes wonderfully hands-off from that point forward. There are a couple of quick, optional settings worth calling out that give you even finer control over the discovery process. You can adjust the clip sensitivity slider, which dictates how aggressive the AI is about spotting those smaller, subtle moments, and you can set a hard minimum clip length. You can also enable a facecam first priority, so any clip that features a strong, emotive facecam reaction is instantly favored by the algorithm. And for brand consistency enthusiasts, you can upload your custom overlays, a specific color grade preset, and even intro or outro stings, and Vizard will append them automatically during export. Let's quickly cover some comparison notes, because I know this is the question you are about to ask in the comments. If you demand absolute raw, local control over every single frame and setting, OBS still remains the undisputed champion for initial capture and specialized setups. ShadowPlay or AMD Relive are perfectly fine if your primary need is just for local instant replays with extremely low system overhead. Tools like Outplay or Overwolf aim to be clip managers, but they often require a dedicated download or, frustratingly, have functional locks on their most useful features unless you pay a premium. The common limitations across those competitive tools are a lack of AI-driven highlight selection, very limited scheduling capabilities, and clunky batch exporting routines. Vizard's main edge is that it seamlessly combines AI-driven clip discovery with automated scheduling and a unified content calendar all in one single application. This combination saves you literally hours every single week that used to be spent jumping between different services. To give you a few practical tips from my own testing phase, there are some best practices you should adopt. First, upload lossy but clean MP4 files because Vizard's AI needs clear, uncorrupted audio data to work its best magic. If your stream has known audio glitches, it's worth spending the extra 5 minutes to clean those small segments before you upload the whole file for analysis. Always use the tagging system early in the process. That small metadata effort dramatically speeds up the AI's selection and keeps your content calendar much cleaner. Make sure you preview the generated clips on the target device screen. Sometimes a clip looks perfect in the desktop editor but feels completely off when viewed on a phone. Thankfully, Vizard's preview engine is extremely accurate, so you should always check that vertical format preview for TikTok or Reels specifically. And if you happen to game on a lower end rig and absolutely hate background processes, just keep everything local recording to a simple OBS file and upload that file later in the day. The entire point is that you are absolutely not required to be live streaming to successfully utilize the power of Vizard for your clips. Finally, you might be wondering how you run this powerful system 24/7 without your local machine being involved. The answer is simple. Since Vizard is completely cloud-based, it doesn't need to start on boot or live permanently in your startup folder. All the heavy lifting, uploads, and scheduling logic is handled through that main dashboard interface you access via your browser. Once you set up that auto schedule, the calendar system takes over and handles the distribution while you focus on creating new content. If you prefer a more deeply plugged-in approach, some advanced creators pair Vizard with a tiny local script or automation tool to push new recordings automatically, but for most people, the web interface is more than enough. So yeah, that was my fast walkthrough of this incredible tool for your short-form pipeline. Vizard isn't meant to be a replacement for every single piece of software you use. You'll still need OBS or your capture utility for the primary recording. But for the specific task of turning long-form content into consistent, platform-ready short clips and then actually getting those clips posted on a schedule, it has become my undisputed go-to solution. It is incredibly lightweight on my machine because it lives in the cloud. It consistently finds the best moments with about 90 to 95% accuracy for me, and it makes the entire distribution process completely painless. If you found value in this, drop a comment below telling me which platform you post to the most: TikTok, YT Shorts, or Reels, so I can tailor a follow-up demonstration. Also, if you run into weird audio setups like constant Discord chatter or complex mic plus game plus system audio splits, tell me about them so I can show you the exact cleanup process in Vizard. Thanks so much for watching this deep dive. I'm Al from the Fellow Bits channel, and I will catch you next time with another workflow exploration. Peace out! Now let's talk about optimizing your entire content pipeline for maximum visibility with minimal effort. Remember that every second you save in editing or scheduling is another second you can dedicate to actually playing the game or connecting with your community live. The goal isn't just to clip content, but to build a sustainable, automated system that feeds your social channels consistently without burning you out in the process. Consider how much manual work goes into caption writing, hashtag research, and aspect ratio checks for 5 separate platforms. That's where the real-time sync happens. Vizard consolidates all those tedious microtasks into one final review step before scheduling takes over indefinitely. This shift in focus from production tasks to high-level strategy is what truly separates professional content pipelines from hobbyist efforts. Think about repurposing a single 30-minute highlight reel into 10 unique, short clips across 3 different platforms automatically. That's the power we are discussing here. Don't forget to experiment with the lower sensitivity settings if you find the AI is picking up too many non-essential background noises as highlights. The better you train the system on your specific content style up front, the less editing you will ever have to do manually later on. Ultimately, the true value of a cloud solution like this is measured in the content you publish consistently, not just the quality of a single clip.